But I can't help but wonder, like the natural Dustin Rhodes to be that good, that young, with that height, and just, for lack of a better word, natural given ring talent. Like he had timing and so many of the other variables that it feels like people would just heap or loving adjectives that people would heap on Barry Windham. They don't always really stick with Dustin here, and it feels like there was a glass ceiling in place. And I want to ask a question here as respectfully as I can. I know that he got the gig because of his last name, but do you think that his last name maybe created a glass ceiling? Politically, he was only ever going to be able to go so far because there was some underlying issues with this talent or this part of the office or that part of the office with his father, Dusty.
Yeah, of course. It's inevitable. Politics, personalities come into play. So Dustin was he was a really early developer, uh, but he was still a kid, and kids make mistakes. He Dustin didn't become what he wanted to be, and that was a main event guy, main event level guy, making main event money until he found Goldust,
Right.
and he made Goldust his own entity. And I've always admired him for that because it was such a departure from what Dusty was. But if you go back and look at the natural was a younger version of Dusty. The American Dream, the son of the American Dream, the grandson of the plumber, blah blah blah. So I think that moving to WWE and becoming Goldust when it happened was exactly what Dustin Rhodes needed. And then of course since he's become a hell of a hand, and he's still in his 50s, has great matches when he's booked.
Yes.
He's got a wrestling school that, for one thing's for sure, if you're out there listening and you want to find out where you stand or your skill set stands in the big picture, he's got a great school. And so it's just all about timing, and the timing was not right for the natural. The natural was, like I said, was so much like Dusty that it was too close. But Goldust was way on the other side, and it worked.
It really is one of those great what ifs to me. Like, what if his last name wasn't Rhodes? What was his ceiling have been here in WCW? Could he have been in the title picture soon after this? It didn't happen, but man, he made his own way in Goldust, and what an iconic character people will never forget.
Right? Yeah, it was perfect for him. It worked. He made it work.
Yes, he did. With anybody else, that thing could have lasted a month, but he
Yeah,
made it work.
he sure did.